people, welcome back to the Infinity GT Manufacturers Series Season 5 League 3 Fuji International Speedway with the chicane. There's two versions, without or with. Sponsored by Infinity Decals. We are driven, it's okay not to be okay. And yeah, so League 3, a few rounds in, quite a few more to go. After this we have Dragon Trail Gardens qualification done. Who's stuck it on pole? We'll have a look now. We'll go through the grid quickly, then we'll crack on with the race. So yes, interesting season so far. A few rounds in and things are spicing up. The Porsches seem to be dominating so far as a team. Anyway, I think they're leading the standings going into this round. I'm pretty sure about it. Let's quickly go through the grid itself. So I put it on pole, only just about. A few tenths between me and Nath. I'm in pole position, and we got Nath. Nath in second, Jardy Boy in the Jaguar in third. So Nath's in the Porsche Cayman Group 4 cars. These are Rob Smith as well, Nath's teammate, in fourth in the Cayman as well. We've got P1 Pilgrim there in the McLaren 650S. We've got Chachillo, even though it says El Cazador, it's actually Chachillo in sixth. He's in the Jaguar as well. Kiwi in the VW Scirocco along the straight. That car will be a beast. Guindon in eighth in the GTR, a good car this in the wet. Let's see what it's like in the dry. The winner last time out at Red Bull. Sarah Etzik, my teammate in a BMW M4, qualified 9th. P1 RC Baggy Steve in 10th position. So let's see how he gets on. Slow Seamus in the 11th. Actually changed car to the Mercedes. P1 Dodgy in the GTR as well. Nissan, wake up Darren. And then we got RMA in the one and only Aston Martin GR4. 50-minute endurance strategy. You can do that. You can save fuel. You can do what you like, basically. But in regards to tyre compounds, you must run the racing soft and racing medium for a minimum of 3 laps. Penalties must be burnt off within 2 laps. If you run it after 2 laps, you will incur extra time onto that penalty, and it can affect your race position at the end. We're now heading down to turn number 1, the right hairpin, the right-hander hairpin. Quite tricky corner to get wrong. A little bit of a nudge there from Nath. I didn't feel it actually in the race, but yeah, it did happen. You have a tendency to run it wide on the exit of turn number 1. Clip that Astro Turf on the outside. It will spin the car out. Sarah Etzik already making his way up to 6th position. So alongside Guindon there, the side-by-side Jardy Boy, 50-minute endurance, 10 minutes qualification prior. Slow Seamus in the Mercedes. Switch car from the Corvette. Kiwi in the Scirocco in night. Bit of contact there with Sarah Etzik, and was that that was Sarah Etzik and Guindon. Yeah, side-by-side contact there. So now Sarah Etzik is looking to get this move done onto Jardy Boy, but Guindon is just sitting behind. Guindon dived down the inside, a little bit of contact again, which pushes Sarah Etzik out wide. But Guindon just easing off the throttle there by the looks of it. They're side by side. A 1 second penalty there for Jardy Boy. Nothing untoward. So that was a little bit harsh. P1 Pilgrim in 8th. And McLaren and the fuel saving side for the McLaren and even the Porsche. I mean, the Group 4 Porsche is good on tyres, and it can also be good on fuel as well. We've got P1 Dodgy and RMA 12th and 13th at the rear. So yeah, I qualified on pole position. My hopes are like sort of high going into this round, but I noticed Nath behind. He seemed to back off lap 3 to 4, and I thought, yeah, you know, they're going to save the fuel. The Porsche can go a long way, so we're going to currently go on board with Nath, in car with Nath, and you can see me just in front. So he kept me on the hills. I mean, I was on the racing medium anyway, so that's a slower tyre, and I wasn't pushing it, you know, I was just managing it. But I done it all the wrong way halfway in. So Nath there started to back off now, short shifting the car, as you can see, just coasting in places where he can. It's all about saving that fuel for him and Rob Smith. They like saving fuel. They're the fuel save masters. I don't enjoy doing it, but you know, each to their own. We've got Johnny Boy there with the penalty still, so he has to get rid of it on this lap, second lap. So yeah, was it the first lap? I can't remember anyway. P1 Pilgrim penalty as well. I think they're picking it up round turn number 3, I think. The quick left-hander. Sarah exit there. We've got these group of cars battling away. We've got Sarah exit in 6th. We've got Slow Seamus in the Mercedes, adapting from that car to from the Corvette. I bet he's enjoying the Mercedes even more. So yeah, we've got Slow Seamus in 7th. Rob Smith, he's actually... I was surprised to see him drop so many positions from like 4th to 8th. And there's a reason for that, ladies and gentlemen. He is saving fuel right about now. He's shifting, short shifting so much. I get it on certain tracks like this is long and etc. But they went on for so long with that fuel tank on in their first stint. It was absolutely unbelievable. I mean, RMA there, new to the league. I don't know who his teammate is. Is it Broken Legacy? I think that's his teammate. I haven't seen Broken Legacy so far this season, but RMA getting points for his teammate and for the team as well. So not only do you score driver points, you actually score team points as well. So, you know, if you come 1 and 2, you get maximum points for the drivers and for your team as well. So yeah, at this moment in time, the VW Scirocco of Kiwi there, having an impressive season so far. Doing really well. Slow Seamus in the Mercedes. I think he's going to be a different driver, because the Corvette can be tricky and it is quite challenging. Let's see how he gets on for the rest of the season with this Mercedes. Sarah exit just in front of him, and yeah, he's just managing it quite easy. He's not really saving fuel. He's using quite a bit. Likewise, I was as well. P1 Pilgrim, I thought he'd be saving a bit more than what he is, but he's not. And you know, things, you know, they pan out halfway through. I mean, look, we're only 5 minutes in. We've got 45 minutes to go. Anything can happen in racing. You know, they're picking up these penalties. Whether that quick left-hander, I think it's the 3rd or 4th corner in. And it's easily done. It's easily done. I mean, Nath now is backed off, so 100% Nath is now to the point. It's probably in chat with his teammate, and Rob's probably saying to him, look, you know, start saving that fuel so we can get the jump on to Darren when he picks, maybe, you know. And I can't remember what happened, but we'll just look at that when it comes to it. So I'm leading away on lap number 4. The fastest lap so far is done by Chachillo, even though it says El Cazador, a 1:46.045 on lap number 2. Nath is looking back there to Chachillo, but already Nath is saving that fuel. He's short shifting, so he's changing gear halfway and coasting in as well. Traction control on as well. I didn't notice that from Nath before. So yeah, that as well will help with the tyres. So Nath running the traction control, each to their own, you know, the assist is there to help them if they need it. So Nath feels he needs it, so he does it. You know, so he turns it on. I don't know what he has it on, 1 or 2. I have no clue. El Cazador, on the other hand, doesn't run the traction control. You know, he's more comfortable with it off. Likewise myself as well. I'm not running traction control. So not only are they saving fuel, the Porsche, I mean, Nate's got that TC on as well, just to help, just to manage the car even more. Johnny Boy now coming to pressure Nath in that 4th. He wants that 3rd, so that make the Jaguars 2nd and 3rd. 7 minutes into this race, long old race, but it's enjoyable. You know, this league is quite fascinating to see what they can do. Like, I've been in it from the start. Season 4 wasn't great for me. I backed out, you know, quite early in. Health wasn't great. And now the pace is coming back. You know, the pace is coming back. It's about 95% there. And I'm enjoying League 3. It's not easy. Don't get me wrong. Especially with the M4. The M4 it's not a great car, but it's manageable. And I'm getting used to it even more. not only do I run it in this league, I run it in a different league as well, so I'm getting twice the practice in a week. So yeah, it's a good car for certain tracks, put it that way. Tracks like Tokyo Expressway, when we go in a couple of weeks, I think that'll be quite challenging for that car. I think the likes of the McLaren and the VW will suit that track. RMA in 13th, but the time gap is closing that gap to P1 Dodgy from what I can see. Rob Smith is who I want to focus on for a minute, because Rob Smith, he's a lead car of this pack. So Rob Smith is not only taking it easy and saving that fuel. I don't know if he's holding these three up or they're playing the same game as Rob was saying. Yeah, I think they're playing the same game by the looks of it. But then again, because Guindon is fully revving that car out to the limit. Interesting. Tricky chicane part. This is about perfecting that braking. They call that Dunlop, that bit. Yeah, it's about perfecting the braking into that chicane. You can sometimes overrun it. Sometimes you can perfect it. Bit of contact there. Guindon done the right thing. He's just. Oh, that's cost Rob quite massively, actually. Oh God, sorry. Let's go back and have a look at that again. Let's go with Rob like this. So Guindon down the inside, seen a bit of a gap, but Rob closed it. Yeah, slight contact to the rear. Ah, right. So there's an effect from Slow Seamus there as well, which they both, fair play to them, good sportsmanship. Guindon and Slow Seamus slow down. I think with Rob already spinning out, yeah, Slow Seamus did give him contact, but I feel Slow Seamus didn't have to back off there, but he did. I mean, much respect for that to both of them, you know. But I think Slow Seamus could have just carried on. Anyway, let's go up. Let's see what's going on further up. So the gap now is closing because Jardy Boy, as you've seen around Lago Maggiore GP, Jardy Boy was on it back then, and I think he was on it again now, because his fuel compared to I'm using a lot more driving. We'll go to the likes of Nath. I mean, look at his fuel. You know, look at his fuel. Look at Nath's fuel, and then you look at where's Rob's fuel as well. I mean, Rob's using a lot more than Nath, and if you look to me as well, I got half a tank. We're only 6 laps in, so I was overusing that fuel. I mean, I just use too much fuel, you know, that's just me. Anyway, P1 Pilgrim there, he's looking at Chachillo now. Out wide, cut it in tight, and he's yeah, he's just waiting, but they got Nath behind. So Nath, not only is he getting that short shift in and saving fuel, he can short shift even more and lift off and lean for it or 3 it, and then just sit behind P1 Pilgrim for a few laps. I mean, Pilgrim is looking for a move, but he hasn't done it yet. I mean, the Jaguar will pull away on the long straight, but I think Nath will just sit behind P1 Pilgrim and just save even more fuel. Yeah, he's using a bit more the limiter there. Yeah, Nath is using a little bit more, so that McLaren isn't pulling away as much. But now P1 Pilgrim's to the outside there, or well, sorry, to the inside, or to Chino. He's looking for that move. Will he get it done? He does, under braking. Bit of late braking there from P1 Pilgrim, and that's promoted him up to 3rd position. Nice clean racing there from these two. So Nath, yeah, Nath's just sitting there. He's just waiting to see what will happen now. In regards to myself, Jardy Boy was closing, as you can tell, but in certain sections I was increasing that gap, then he'll decrease it, and etc, etc. So these three here, P1 Pilgrim, now the lead runner, runs it a little bit wide, but Chachillo can quite possibly capitalise from this as well, and they are pushing a little bit away from Nath there. So Nath in 5th, Kiwi in 6th, doing a good job in that VW. Sarah Exit now down to 7th, so Sarah Exit, he's got it to do to try and pass, or bit back-ended there from the BMW. He does have a tendency to do that He's got to flick it up a gear up to third, and it will manage the back end of that car. P1RC Baggy Steve, him and P1 Pilgrim, part of the P1 group. I mean, Steve isn't very well at the minute, and he's doing all he can in the racing side of things, bless him. Everyone's here to support him anyway. It's difficult for him at this moment in time. So he's in 8th, and then we have P1 Dodgy in 9th, in that lovely livery. I really love that livery, I really do. RMA in the Aston Martin GR4. Rob Smith in 11th, probably got a full tank of fuel still. No, just over half a tank. Lap number 7, 12 minutes in. Gwindon and Slow Seamus, 12th and 13th. Slow Seamus in the slipstream now, but that GTR has got quite good top end. And let's see what Slow Seamus can do, because apparently the Group 4 Mercedes is quite a bit of a handful, but I don't think it is really. So you've got the likes of LS Deno and KB. They actually run the Mercedes in League 1, and by all accounts, from what I'm hearing, like on the stream, they're not enjoying it. But Slow Seamus seems to be adapting to it. At the front quickly, because there's a bit of action going on now. No, there isn't. I thought that was a flicker of cars, and I thought that was position changing. But so P1 Pilgrim is slowly getting released now, even though Chichillo's still there. Nath is there. I'm going to do an onboard lap with the lead runner in a minute. Sarah Etzik in 7th. I'm not going to do it on myself. I don't really focus a lot on myself, even though I'm in 1st place. I just don't. I'll just rather concentrate on the other guys. So myself, I'm coming around now. Jardy Boy is who we're going to do the onboard lap with. Chichillo is teammate in 3rd, so a steady 3rd at the minute, with P1 Pilgrim in 4th. Nath is, I think Nath is pushing it a little bit more now. Yeah, using a bit more power of the Porsche, because maybe you can see that gap extending at the front. I mean, by this time I wasn't pushing it. So the onboard lap now is going to be with Jardy Boy. Now we're heading down the long straight to the tricky first right-hander. It's all about perfecting the braking and getting that apex spot on, because if you do run it out wide and you've got the green AstroTurf after that curbing, it will kick the rear end out and you'll be over the other side. Now turn number 2 to turn number 3, the fast left-hander, semi-flat, clip that, perfect there from Jardy Boy, and then bring it out a little bit wide, but I got a tendency to just keep it in really tight. So double right-hander apex corner, there's 2 apexes into one corner. So we drop down now, heavy braking into the left-hander. Back end has a tendency just to kick out ever so slightly, but he had it under the control there. So now we head down to another sector. What can he do? Can it be a purple maybe, as we heavy braking zone into the chicane section? It's all about perfect braking. He's blue, so it's his best sector at the minute. And yeah, he's closing to me quite a lot actually. So yeah, he's over one single lap. That gap was around about half a second, as you can tell. The slipstream from me as well, and he's doing a good old job in this Jaguar. I mean, he's using a bit more fuel, and the Jaguar does have a tendency to use a lot more tyres. But at this moment in time, he's doing well, and he's just sitting behind me. Yeah, the racing mediums for me were wearing a little bit. Yeah, I'm indicating right, just letting them know I'm going into the pits, you know. I'm going into pits, get rid of the racing medium. I've done like 8 laps on the racing medium. It's only 3 a minimum amount of time on the racing medium, so you could just do 3 and just do it out hot and in if you wish. But a lot of the guys had a tendency just to run it that bit more. Side by side action here with P1 Pilgrim and El Cazador, which is Chichillo. They're side by side as they head down to turn number 1. Who will come out on top on the exit of this corner? P1 Pilgrim runs it a little bit wide there, and that enables Chichillo to go on through to that second position. Now Nath, with me pitting, he's going to put his foot down even more. No, he isn't. He's still halfway shifting in that car, but he's got the attention now of Kiwi. So Kiwi in the VW Scirocco. Imagine that tyre wear quite well actually. The front left is wearing more than the front right, but he can just manage that. Just, you know, keep on top of it. Again, he's got TC on as well to manage the tyre wear on that car. So when, you know, the wear comes into effect and if you can lose control, that traction control will be there to help you. So Nath there in 4th. I think Kiwi will, let's go up quickly, because P1 Pilgrim is closing quite closely again to Chichillo, but we look back again, we've got Kiwi. Yeah, he's behind Nath, and he wants that 4th of a Nath. P1 Baggy there. P1 Baggy in 6th position. You can see them 2 up ahead. You can actually see the 4 cars, so the gap isn't that large. Seretzik, unfortunately, he's fallen back a bit from P1 RC Baggy. We're 20 minutes in, around about half an hour to go. Rob Smith now recovering from that bit of a moment in 8th. So let's see what he can do. I mean, in regards to his fuel, I mean, to be honest with you, P1 Dodgy is doing very well with the fuel side of things as well. I mean, I came out stone dead last. I was like, wow, you know. I mean, the race is soft, and I did push it for this middle stint, and I shouldn't have really, but I did. But we'll come back to me in a minute. Not really worried about me, to be honest with you. P1 Pilgrim leading the way now on lap number 11. 11 laps in already. Where does time go when you're having fun, eh? Kiwi I don't really want to go back, because lately my replays have just been crashing blue screen, so I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to skip forward. If I miss anything, I do apologise. I'm not taking that risk. I'm sitting there for 55 minutes doing the post-race replay, and I don't want things to go wrong, so I'm not going to click back or forward. I will do like onboard view in car, etc, etc, but I just can't go back and forward, so I do apologise about that. P1RC back in 4th. With cars pitting, that's promoted him up a few spots. RMA as well. RMA coming under pressure now from P1 Dodgy. So looking back to P1 Dodgy, RMA ran it a bit deep there. Now P1 Dodgy, is he looking to the in? No, he's not. There he is in the rear view mirror. RMA's like, yes, hello. You can just stay there, my friend, because I'm just going to keep this spot. Even when we pit, and we're going to hopefully come out ahead of you. Let's see what they can do, these two. P1 Dodgy. In 8th, then we've got Gwindon in 9th. Tyre wear coming into effect now for Gwindon. Charlie Boy in 10th. Myself in 11th. Chichillo pitted in 12th. Slow Chambers on the racing medium. So he's done the racing medium. He'll do his stint, get rid of him, put the racing soft on, and hopefully go to the end of the race. So 20 minutes in. So we're halfway through-ish. P1 Pilgrim leading the way on lap number 12. With Nath behind in 2nd position. Look how much fuel Nath has got. Yes. So the GR4, I noticed with the GR4 to the GR3 Porsche, the GR3 Porsche isn't as good as the GR4 Porsche in regards to fuel and tyres, etc. But tracks like, is it Tokyo Expressway? Yeah, that's in a couple of weeks' time. It'd be alright. But let's see how they go. The Porsche hasn't got the best top end, so it may struggle. I'm a bit concerned about the BMW, because I haven't really raced that track, so I don't know what he can do, but we just find out anyway. I don't really practice a lot. I just jump in and hope for the best on the evening. But anyway, Baggy to Nath. So Baggy is like, yes, hello Nathy boy, Mr. Fuel Saver. Even though he's going to pit, he's still within his rights to pass Nath, because they're battling for position on track. Nath with the later break in there. Baggy knows he has to pit, so he's just taking his time. So Nath is going quite long into his first stint. P1 Pilgrim, and I don't want to go back, because every time I go back it keeps blue screening. I just don't want to take that risk. I don't know what's going on, but if I click back it'll just kick me out. It'll go blue screen, then that's just a replay loss. I've actually done a replay, yes, prior to this, and yeah, I didn't press that share button twice, so it didn't record my voice, which is very Darren-like, hence why they call me the Crayon Eater. But Seretzik in 4th, looking to pit now, just about make it to the pits anyway. Camille, got hardly no fuel in that car. You're not staying out? No, he's not. I thought he was staying out again then. So he's in the, yeah, smash that barrier. Hello pits, I'm here. So now Kiwi's up to 3rd. He's doing really well in this VW Stroker, up to 3rd. the tyre wear you'd think would be more with the V-Dub. It's not, you know, and he's managing it okay. Like I said, that TC is helping the tyre wear. Rob Smith in second. He can still go for a few laps. Nave can go even longer. So I was like, wow, you know, I was going around, I was like, when are you going to pit, Nave? Surely you need to pit soon. And he went on to around about, I think it was lap 16, I think it was, I can't remember. 15, 16, I was like, wow. You know, and I'm like way back here. And I've got it all to do. Nath is the first blue triangular, as you see, as he's heading down to that chicane. That's how much of a margin Nath had. And I could quite possibly get the timing up. But again, had done that before, and I got the timing up, and it just blue screened on me. So, apologies for that, but I'm not going to take the risk. So, Charlie Boy in 7th position, racing mediums now. So, he's looking to, I don't know, will he do the short stint, the 3, the 4? We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Then we got El Cazador to Chillo. Penalty again, which he's got rid of, sort of. Baggy there in the pits, racing medium. Will he do the 3 and just jump in? Sarah Etzik as well, racing soft, he's got rid of the medium. So it'll be a little bit faster than P1RC Baggy, but then it's for Sarah Etzik to pass P1RC Baggy cleanly when he gets up to the back of him. P1 Pilgrim, so yeah, Sarah Etzik is in a bit of a McLaren sandwich here. Sarah Etzik in 10th, Baggy in 9th, P1 Pilgrim in 11th, so you know, he's going to come under pressure from P1 Pilgrim, even though he's on the racing medium. Slay Sheamus in 12th, P1 Dodgy in 13th position. So let's focus on this for in a minute, because I'm quite intrigued to see what's going to happen with P1 Pilgrim, Sarah Etzik and P1RC Baggy. You've got cars pitting, so that enables Nath to take the lead of the race on lap number 14. And he's still got like 2-3 laps of fuel in that car, the bugger. Anyway, you know, that's how he wants to play it. Him and his teammate, they're within their rights, you know. Kiwi in 3rd. Let's go back to this, because I'm quite intrigued to see what will happen. So he's stuck in the middle here, Sarah Etzik. What can he do to break away? Can he pass Baggy before P1 Pilgrim gets to the back of him? Don't know. We'll come back to that in a minute. So, Nave, are you going to pit, my friend? Or are you just going to stay out and just laugh at me and whatever and ever? But Nave there. Nathan first. Rob Smith, his teammate. He's closed that gap, actually, to his teammate. Not massively, but it's enough. 1:45.852 is the fastest lap. The purple on lap number 10. Let's go back to this quickly. So, Baggy and Sarah Etzik. Sarah Etzik's closing to the back of Baggy. P1 Pilgrim's dropped back a little bit. Now this is quite interesting to see what's going to happen with Sarah Etzik and P1RC Baggy. Remember, Baggy's on the racing medium. Oh, a little bit of contact there, bit of pushy there. Try not to push your way through Sarah Etzik. Try and keep it clean. So on board with Sarah Etzik now. Baggy runs it a little bit wide. Oh, where's Baggy to? He's there. They're side by side. So Sarah Etzik looking for the wider line in. Baggy runs it a little bit deep. Bit of contact there with Baggy and Sarah Etzik. I think Baggy just outbraked himself slightly. So that ran him a bit wide on the entry to that corner. And yeah, Sarah Etzik giving a bit of a bump there. So they're now 6th and 7th. So they're side by side. Sarah Etzik is, you can't really weave. I'm not sure if you can weave. I can't remember the rules. But anyway, Sarah Etzik, can he get Baggy around this corner? Oh, Sarah Etzik on that AstroTurf. He's lost the rear end. So Sarah Etzik now, unfortunately, got onto that AstroTurf and just kicked the rear end out, and he's ghosting now. Was this the point where he left the race? Yeah, he's ghosting. He's on the grass. That was 50-50, you know. I don't know what happened there. So Sarah Etzik now, yeah, I thought so. Around about this time he had enough and he left the race, and yeah, it was I was a bit gutted to see that when he left. Because I was like, right, you know, now I've got it all to do. Myself there and in third. I've got it all to do now to try and get maximum points for the team and for myself as well. You know, just to keep BMW in the mix in manufacturers. So with Cerexic on my teammate, with that little bit of coming together, and I don't think nothing untoward was done there from Baggy. Not at all, but it is what it is, and we can't turn back time now to get Cerexic back in. I hope he, you know, chills out and, you know, comes back, because I know he's flat out working that anyway. You know, we're all busy at times, and yeah, he's got promotion as well. He told me that day. Yeah, he got promotion as well. So not only is he working flat out, he's probably tired, frustrated, had enough, and just quit the race. RMA in 9th. RMA in 9th. He's on the races are soft now, so he'd be looking to push it. 27 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. We've got round about 22 minutes to go. So P1 Dodgy in 10. We'll go through the grid quickly. So then, Nave, who started in second, still not pit. Yeah, so lap number 16. He's gonna come into the pits finally. Pick up a penalty there as well, hopefully. Not hopefully, not like a horrible way, but something to try and slow him down, because he's extending the margin quite large. I mean, there's me coming down to that chicane, you know. So Nave now, enough for gap. So when it comes to my pit stop, I think he'll jump me. So Nathan first, started second. I'm in second, started first. Charlie Boy in third. Chichillo, Charlie Boy's teammate, in fourth. P1RC Baggy in fifth. P1 Pilgrim in sixth. Rob Smith in seventh. Kiwi in eighth. RMA in ninth. P1 Dodgy in 10th. Gwindon in 11th. Slow Seamus to the rear in 12th. Unfortunately, we've lost Cerexic. So we are half an hour in. So Nay finally is in the pits. We are driven. Please check out that foundation on Facebook. Growing all the time, massively. It's okay not to be okay. Mental health awareness. A lot of it going on due to pandemic and other reasons. A lot of people losing jobs. So we are driven, are there to help raise money for different charities. Archie's journey, massive one, still ongoing. The little lad's has a lot of surgery, and he needs more money raising for him. So please check that out as well. Archie's journey. We are driven Facebook. It's okay not to be okay on Facebook. Infinity Decal, check out his website. Get all your merchandise and whatnot. Sim Effects, you know, Infinity GT Manufacturer Series. I think at the beginning it was Sim Effects, that type of thing. I mean, James Harben, been there from the start. Dave been there from the start. I was there from the start. A few other drivers from the start, and it's growing. Season 5, and it can only get bigger, you know. P1 Pilgrim there in SIP. So please, please, please check out Archie's journey. We are driven. It's okay not to be okay. Infinity Decals, all of it. Check out all of it. Kiwi in 8th. RMA in 9th. P1 Dodgy in 10th. Two teammates now, 10th and 11th, looking to work together. And that livery is just absolutely fantastic. I just like their livery, you know. It's just absolutely, what am I doing? It's absolutely brilliant. It really, really is. P1 Pilgrim in 6th. So Nathan is in 4th now. So Nathan's battling away with Chachillo, and I think around about this time now, Nathan was right. Darren's there, so I'm trying to extend that gap. Charlie Boy's in 2nd. We got. So Nath is now on it, and he wants to get by Chachillo as quick as he can. Because there's maybe you thought around about this time, right? Darren's getting away a little bit, but little did he know. I've got to pit again soon in a couple of laps. So Nath again will be saving that fuel. Baggy in 5th. P1 Pilgrim in 6th, penalty above his car. Rob Smith on the racing medium. Yeah, so I think Rob Smith stayed on the racing medium and went to the end of the race on the racing medium. Rob did. So yeah, Rob is I think Rob's playing a little bit of a game here, to see where I come out maybe. Kiwi in 8th, doing a good job. RMA as well in 9th position. So Gwindon, and we've got Dodgy and we've got Slow Shamer. So on lap number 18, I myself is leading. Jardy Boy is coming around now. He's in 2nd on the racing medium. And I think around about this time now, I think I jump into the pit, or was it lap after, I think. I can't remember, but you know, I just put my foot down, not saving fuel, just used way too much, didn't do my strategy right. And that was that, you know. And now you're going to see the likes of Jardy Boy come through to take the lead. And the man that's going to benefit from this really is Nath, because not only did he go 16 laps in on his first tank of fuel, he's going to... I know Jardy Boy's in first, but Jardy Boy's going to have to pit at the end of this lap maybe. So Nath will promote himself to the lead. P1 RC Baggy in 4th for good points haul so far, and Chachillo, and also P1 Pilgrim. So I'm still in the pits, I'm like refueling, like blah blah blah, you know, come on hurry up pit crew. But I knew round about this time I couldn't, there's no way I could go for the win in this race. So, you know, I just had a bit of fun and just continue to the end. RMA Night, Gwindon, P1 Dodgy, Slow Shamer. So League 1, I think that's live by Chris Wall every Tuesday. In regards to League 2, their post-race replay, I haven't really seen a replay from the start, so I don't know if they're available, because I wouldn't mind watching League 2's racing. You know, I've watched League 1 and they're aliens as it is. League 2, League 3, League 2, some of the tracks, League 3 and 2 seem to be on par with each other. So the driver ability between League 3 and 2, there's some that are almost identical. You see, it's just a pity you can't have like larger grids, like, you know, like 20 or 25, because that would make one big league, like say League 2, and mix of 3 and 2. You know, but I just see different things between 2 and 3. You know, lap times, they're almost on par, etc. League 1, I mean, like we're almost a second and a half off League 1's pace. League 2 and 3, but who knows, you know, who knows. That's just what I've seen. So Jardy Boy into the pit. So Nath, the maestro, the fuel master, alongside his teammate Rob Smith, they're now going to the end. So I'm now behind, sorry, I can't go back. So prior to this, well, I got ahead of Rob Smith quite quickly, because if you remember from Largo Magori GP, I can't go back, so it just blue screen, I do apologise. So if you remember from Largo Maggiore, I mean, Nath held me up within his rights for like 3 or 4 laps, I think it was. Rob Smith attempted the same thing onto me, because when I come out the pits I was behind Rob, and I thought, right, he's going to play the same game what Nath done. He tried to do it, but I sussed him out. So he tried defending the inside line, so I braked earlier, then I got him on the exit, that chicane bit. So, you know, Rob, nice try, my friend. It didn't work. But you've been your rights, mate. Fair play. You tried it, you know, for your teammate, to help your teammate out. But by this time, I think Nath was on for the win. You know, he's got such a gap, because Baggy is on the racing medium and Nath on the racing soft, and P1 Pilgrim as well on the racing medium. I mean, Nath can just floor it now. We've got around about 14 minutes left, lap number 20. So the gap between me and Nath was large. I mean, Nath's there, I'm there, and I got Nath's teammate Rob behind it in 5th. Kiwi is keeping that pressure on to Rob Smith, so that takes it away from me. So I think Rob Smith was quite annoyed that I got by quite easily and quite quickly. But yeah, maybe next time. So Kiwi, bit slow at that final corner, but he'll pick up the power and he'll close to that Porsche quite rapidly. in 5th position. So Kiwi reaching that top end. As you can tell, he's drawing that Porsche in. So it's now getting to that. Look how quick he is getting to the back of Rob Smith. A little bit along the straight, he would have got him at the end of it, you know. So Rob Smith a little bit wide of that apex, but he's managed to keep it together. So he's lucky not to clip that green AstroTurf on the exit. So Charlie Boy in 7th, from where he was to where he is now, I don't think the strategy's gone 100% for Charlie Boy, but we'll wait and see. 10 or 12 minutes to go. Yeah, 12 minutes to go. RMA there in 8th, doing a good job. Quiet race for RMA, but you know, sticking at it. In that 8th position, all points matter. Gwindon, 2nd penny above his car. Tachillo in 10th. P1 Dodgy. Oh, what's going on there? Slow Seamus. Massive moment there for Slow Seamus. Front end damage as well. So with front end damage, like light damage, you'll have a little mechanic running around alongside the car, fixing your car. With heavy damage, you'll go back to the bits and repair your car and just sit there for 3 hours and whatnot. I mean, Fuji was quite long for pit stops anyway. Nath leading the way on lap number 21. He's on technically for the win of this race. I tried closing that gap because it was now for me to pass the 2 P1 boys, which is P1 Pilgrim and P1 RC Baggy, because I was closing quite up. I knew round about this time, like, you know, Nate's getting away, which he was, but the gap was dropping slowly, then it would increase slightly. So the Porsche was better in certain places than the BMW. I mean, the BMW is quicker than the Porsche on the straight anyway, and I think the Porsche was getting it more on the twisty bits. Rob Smith now, I've dropped Rob Smith. He's coming under pressure now from Kiwi, but Charlie Boy, he's in the mix as well. So Charlie Boy in 7th position behind Kiwi, and you can see Rob Smith up ahead. Now, can Charlie Boy get the 2 cars before the end of this lap? Kiwi might be difficult, but he let it break in there. Rob Smith broke way early, and him and Kiwi are side. Oh wow, that was a good move there from Charlie Boy. I know Rob Smith went a bit deep, but now Charlie Boy up to 6th. Rob Smith in 7th, Kiwi up to 8th. He's a winner out of all of that. So Kiwi up to 8th. Charlie Boy looking for that move onto Kiwi, but does he get it done? I don't think he does, because Rob Smith there is just sitting behind Charlie Boy in 7th position. Like, mate, you know, I'm just going to wait for you to do one little error, then I'm going to come on through. The Porsche seems to be okay around that section there. So Charlie Boy there down the inside of Kiwi. Kiwi gives him enough room, and that's a nice move there from Charlie Boy. So Kiwi down to 6th, Charlie Boy 5th, Rob Smith in 7th. Rob Smith will be looking to get through as quick as he can, but it will be difficult. So let's go down. RMA, quiet race for RMA, like I said, but he's all points matter to him. Tachillo as well, Gwindon, P1 Dodgy, Slow Seamus to the rear in 12th position. So then, yes, Nath. Doing enough, my man, you know. Your teammates won 2 races so far. Gwindon's won a race. Are you on for winning the race, or will Baggy win this race? Or, you know, now me and P1 Pilgrim are battling away. So with me and P1 Pilgrim, I don't know if he thought I was a bit harsh here, but so he had a bit of a penalty and he went out for the wider line. So he went out for the wide. I went for the tighter line in, but as he turned in and I was there, he ghosted. So when he ghosted, my car was already there. So by the time he unghosted, there's a little bit of contact between me and him. It wasn't deliberate, he was just ghosted. So I took the opportunity just to not drive through his car, just to try and avoid that ghost mode. And unfortunately there was a little bit of contact there. It wasn't meaningful, nothing like that. I never mean to, you know, have deliberate contact with anyone, but just to make that clear to P1 Pilgrim, there was no intention there for me to like deliberately hit you. You were ghosted, and you know, I just took that opportunity from you, and it paid off, but it's a little bit of contact, so I do apologise for that. No untoward. Charlie Boy in 5th now, breaking away from Kiwi there in 6th. Rob Smith in 7th. So it doesn't really help me saying that, because I should really go back and have a look, but I can't because it blue screens, like I keep saying. I know I keep repeating myself, but that's just how it is. RMA in 8th. Yeah, Tachillo now racing on his own. Gwindon, he's there, but will he catch the back of Tachillo? We don't know. 9 minutes to go. P1 Dodgy there in 11th, and Slow Seamus in that 12th position. Because I was like racing around this track that evening. I was like, you know, when am I going to get a win in this league? Because Ross Smith's had 2, Gwindon's had 1, Nath is on the verge of getting 1, I've had none. And I was getting quite annoyed, to be honest with you, because I could have had the win at Largo, but it didn't work out. TV turned off on me, and it turned out to be faulty, so I had to get a new TV. But like, is anything gonna go my way? And I know I'm leading the championship anyway by like a small margin, I think. Yeah, I think I am. Yeah. At this point, and I was just I don't know. I know I said at the beginning I'm not here to win it, etc., etc. But a win would be nice every now and again. Who knows, you know? Next couple of races I might get it. We'll just wait and see. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, just one of those things in the league. So you don't have to win races to win the league, you know? That's just how it is. I feel kind of like, because the pace is coming back to me now, I feel kind of a bit out of order being in like League 3. I mean, I was asked when I was quite unwell, but now I'm getting, you know, I'm feeling more myself, and the pace is coming back. I just feel, you know, it's a bit wrong me being in League 2, and that's just my honest opinion. And I'm here, I give a good showing, and that's that, you know, and the boys will as well. At some tracks it will be difficult. Some tracks, you know, it may just be like a walk in the park. But so far, it hasn't been easy. So I keep messing up the strategy. So just over 5 minutes to go. Cool, 15 minutes long old race. They only give you an hour on PlayStation to do a recording. Then I got to edit it and then upload it. So it all takes time. So Nath there. 24 laps in, 25 now. Got a comfy margin. Just take his foot off the accelerator and just coast and do whatever he wants. So now the gap closed between me and Nath, but you know, it was still around about 10 seconds, and I couldn't do any more than what I was doing. So I was losing it through the twisty section where the Porsche was gaining it. Charlie Boy in third, Kiwi there in fourth, kind of under pressure now from Rob Smith. So Rob Smith wants that position off of Kiwi because he is second in the championship, I think. So all points do matter to him. Right about now, can he get Kiwi though? That's the thing. That is the thing. Pion Pilgrim there in the mix as well. He's in sixth, so he's just he's waiting as well. These two are coming together. He could just come on through. Bit backhandy there from Pion Pilgrim. Arme in seventh. But he's coming under pressure now from Baggy. So Baggy there in 8th position. Oh, I thought Baggy ran it a bit deep then and go off track, but he didn't. He's looking to the inside there of Arme. Arme will defend, but Arme gives him racing room there. But Arme down the inside again, within his right, saw the gap. A little bit coming together from these two, and they're side by side now. Robin's racing, as they say. So side by side, heading down to this chicane section. Heavy braking, who's going to come out on top? Arme, we look for the late braking, he does indeed, without breaking himself. This is the thing, and he does slightly, and he's now fallen down to 9th position. So he's lost 2 in 1, because Tachillo's made his way through as well. So unfortunately, Arme a little bit about braked himself, and that's cost him 2 positions. Gwindon in 10th, Dodgy in 11th. Snow Shamers in 12th position. So Nath, less than 5 minutes to go. Get a drink. Less than 5 minutes to go. Nath is on the verge of winning his first race in season 5. I don't know if he won one in season 4, but if he hasn't, hats off to him because he's on the verge of winning one. The gap closed to like around about, I think it was like 10 seconds or something around about that, or was it 12? I can't remember, so long ago. So I'm in second, and Charlie Boy in third, Kiwi in fourth, Rob Smith in fifth. So he's broke away a little bit from P1 Pilgrim there in 6th position. P1 RC Baggy in 7th. El Cazador in 8th, Gwindon in 9th, Arme in 10th. Had an off, but I can't go back to a blue screen. He's got heavy damage there, so something quite bad happened there, but I think he didn't quit. It does self-repair after a few seconds. Yeah, as you see, it's gone. So he's damage free now, so now he can push it. So Nath there, about 3 minutes to go. We head on to Dragon Trail Gardens, then Tokyo Expressway South Inner Loop. We've done that before, I think, in season 3. Yeah, so that track I know. But a bit of advice to the boys, you know, you may know St. Croix A, but I do advise you practice that track because that is one of my favourite tracks. I like all the layouts of St. Croix, so I do, you know, recommend you practice that track as much as you can because it is tricky if you don't know it, and you're just going to turn up on the evening and just think, right, you know, I don't need a lot of practice around that track. I'm sorry, you're going to have to put a bit of time into that track and perfect it because in places it can be tricky. I do enjoy all layouts of St. Croix A, and my hopes are high for that track. But who knows, in racing anything can happen. But that's just my advice. It's not like Fuji where you can jump on, do no practice and then hope for the best in the race. That track needs more practice. Just the layout, just how the layout is, you know, slow high, you know, and etc. Kiwi in 4th. Not too long to go. Season 5, I mean Fuji League 3. I done commentary on League 3 last season. I'm a bit slow with the commentary side of things for this season. I do apologise for that. I mean, a lot going on at home. The children were home as well, and I'm enjoying the racing again, etc. But you know, so there's a bit of a delay with the replays coming out. I'm doing them. I'm just not editing and uploading because I got things to do. But Fuji will be out. I'm hoping before maybe Dragons or Tokyo. Then I'll get Dragons out possibly on the Wednesday after Tokyo, but we'll wait and see. So then, not too far to go. About a minute, and you know, Rob Smith still hasn't got past Kiwi, and he wants that position off of Kiwi because all points do matter in this league. If he wants to keep on track with me and Nath as well, not being big-headed or nothing. But yeah, Gwendolyn in Night, Slow Seamus, P1 Dodgy, RMA. So now Nath, he's buzzing in that car, you know. He's absolutely buzzing. He's on the final lap now, and this is a young lad here. I don't know if you're young, but I think you are younger than me. He's on the verge, and fair play to him. You know, 16 laps on a full tank of fuel for his first stint. So all he's had to do is a one stop like his teammate. You know, and a lot of people say, look, you know, I don't like fuel saving because fuel saving for me isn't racing. But then, if you look at it at a wider perspective, it does work because look at the lead he's got. He's on the final lap from me. You know, I admit I used too much fuel. So yeah, Nath ran the perfect race. His teammate had a few off, so he's in 5th. But again, these two can save fuel in a car, put it that way. I mean, the two P1 boys can as well, but I think Nath has just done a brilliant job this evening. He's worked his strategy out 100%. Him and his teammate Rob Smith, and he's going to win his first race of the season. Much respect to him, hats off, you know. Great strategy from him, and he's going to cross the line now. Nath there in 1st position on lap number 28. Well done, Nath. Well done, my man. Well done. Congratulations to you. So Nath crossed the line in 1st position. Myself, more for me, as they say. I used too much fuel. I just ruined my race technically. I'm in 2nd. There we are, Charlie boy in 3rd. Like me, using too much fuel. Well done, Charlie boy. Kiwi, stonking race from Kiwi. But he's just going to keep ahead here. Rob Smith, the power of the VW, will have the advantage of the Porsche. And well done to Kiwi. And well done to Rob. Well done to Rob. 3 abreast coming down now. We got El Cazador to Chillo. We got Baggy, and we got P1 Pilgrim 6, 7, 8th. And sorry, I didn't see the other guys as well, but it's done. You know, it's done. Fuji's done. Look out for Dragon Trail Seaside. Thank you. Take care.